Good Sunday morning here from Hillsborough, North Carolina. Chris Lehman with you for the third and final day of the Elite Junior Profiles Showcase here at the Orange County Sportsplex. First of three games today is between the Lewis University Flyers and the North Carolina Tar Heels. These two teams getting ready to square off, both 1-1. Carolina with a big win over Denison in their first game back on Friday, and then fell 6-5 yesterday in a thrilling game against East Texas Baptist for Lewis. They are 1-1 as well, with a win over High Point and a tight loss to Elon yesterday. So these two teams just about set to go, both looking to finish this three-game weekend on a positive note and with a winning record, but we should have an interesting one on hand here. 3 20-minute periods coming up. If we need extra time, it'll be 3-on-3 hockey. And then if we need more than that, well, we won't go further than that. It will end in a tie, but that's how it is scheduled to go. In the net for the Flyers is going to be Mike Fisher today. On the other side, it's Strawn Champagne, who will take the net for the first time for the Tar Heels. We saw Will Douthit the last couple of days. And we're just about set to get things rolling. Jake Wilninski will take the draw against Noah Friedman of UNC. And it's the Flyers controlling the opening faceoff, and we're underway. Carolina in the white, Lewis in the red. That forecheck for Carolina has been pretty good all weekend so far, but a quick breakout there for Lewis. Just about a chance for Matthew Ernsting, the captain of this Flyers squad. Tar Heels going to regain control. Kramer up the near side, has it tipped away, and looks like it got caught up in the shorts of a Flyer player. That's number 21, Just Pego. And we'll have a face-off on top of the Flyer blue line. Josh Carlson to take it for the Tar Heels up against Matt Morrow of the Flyers. And the Tar Heels win the face-off. Back to their own blue line. A lot of pressure from the Flyers. Now they'll retreat. Some space for Daniel Jones. Up the middle. Tipped along by Carlson. Past the red line, so it will negate any icing call potentially. And Tar Heels go to work on the forecheck. In the far corner, dumped up the boards, held in by Jack Gleason. Chipped up and out, and this time Gleason going to have to retreat into the neutral zone for it. Daniel Jones at his own blue line. Cross ice, looking for Malone. They can't connect. It was in his skates. Lewis with a centering pass is stolen away, and here comes Saboden. He'll rip one. Pad save made by Fisher. Back to the blue line. D-to-D pass. Jones over for Gleason. He'll chop it deep. Into the far corner, Carlson. Pinching in Saboden. A little bit different lines today. Have some changes to the lineup. Shot from the blue line for Jones goes high and wide. Malone back to the point in the skates of Gleason. Throws it at the net. Too much traffic in front. And the Flyers going to clear it out and get a change. But Henry Foster not in the lineup today. Woke up with a sore shoulder, just going to rest for this third game of the weekend. Icing called on the Tar Heels. Not quite 2 minutes into this contest. A lot of speed already early. That'll be Vaglia to take the face-off for UNC. And to win it backwards. Chipped up towards the blue line. The Lewis defense able to hold it in. That's DePego. Sends it back into the far corner. Collected there by Brett Kandra, and he's dispossessed. Tar Heels have some space to move up the right wing. Working his way in, Mahan rips a shot. Blocker down by Fisher and into the near corner. Mahan stripped of the puck by DePego. He'll chop it up the boards for Brett Kandra, and he'll clear it out. Stumbling Carolina defenseman gives Kandra space on the right wing. He'll bring it in. Wrist shot in on Champagne, and he's up to the first task of the day. Every opportunity so far coming in transition Neither team has really been able to set up. One kind of short possession in the offensive end for the Tar Heels, but outside of that, neither team has been able to set up offensively yet. Along the right wing wall, Mackay Ashford has it in his skates. Tar Heels really don't have any other option but to clear it down. Fisher comes out for it. He's going to leave it for Morefoot. D-to-D pass is stripped away, and the Tar Heels forecheck goes to work. Ashford in the near corner. Chasing it down, back to the blue line, held in by Reeves. He'll send it off the wall, back to Ashford. His pass to the middle, disrupted and knocked to the boards by Jack Selman. Tar Heels just send it behind the net. Wrapped around by the Flyer defense, but they can't get it out. Shot from the point, tipped off a couple of bodies and missed the net wide. Tar Heels finally getting set up in the offensive zone here and doing a great job of forechecking as they've done the last two games. Shot through traffic, didn't get to the net. Lewis finally able to get it out of their zone, but here comes Reeves. He'll tee up a slap shot. Blockered into the near corner by Fisher. Back on it, Reeves. He'll be knocked off the puck by Selman. Goes across for Bishop. His pass up the ice, stolen. Wrist shot, another blocker save from Fisher. Beeson got that shot off. Now Friedman throws one on goal, and another save from Fisher. We can start to see UNC getting things going on the offensive end. It was a 3 or 4 shot possession there in the offensive end. Lewis University wins that face-off. Wolninski on that draw, but they're unable to maintain possession. Friedman behind the net. Looking out in front, no options. And he has his pass back to the point, stolen away by Ernsting. Ernsting looking to the middle, taken away. In comes Beeson. He fires high. Ill-advised pass there from the Flyer captain, but they get away with it. But the Tar Heels not done yet. Right bank in comes Friedman. Has a man in the middle. Sends it there for Beeson, and nice stick work from Josh Tepego to break that pass up and negate the Carolina chance. Couple of really good opportunities for the Tar Heels over the last couple of minutes. They'll regain possession in their own end. Karen has it knocked loose. Swatted in on goal. Champagne makes the save off the stick of Michael Igas. Tar Heels control behind their own cage. Karen looking for his options. Pestered by Ligas. Traps him behind the net. Couple other Tar Heels there. It squirts loose to Kramer. He's looking up ice. That pass blocked down by Ernsting. He'll throw it to the middle, and Champagne covers up as he's got the post pinned on that right side. Offensive zone face-off for the Lewis University Flyers. They're going to control it behind the net. Little lost footing there. Carolina trying to clear, held in at the blue line, and the shot blocked in traffic. Saboden in transition. Beautiful feed to Malone, who's knocked off the puck, and then the wrist shot from Carlson send it wide. Tipped down behind the Flyer net. They'll look to break out once again. Morrow on it down the left wing for the Flyers. Throws it on goal, pad save for Champagne. Morrow sends it back out in front. Stolen away by the Tar Heels. They'll move it up and out. Saboden straight up the middle. Left for Malone. Fires one on the ice. I think he was looking for a tip from Saboden, and they weren't on the same page. Flyers clear. Morrow on the forecheck. Can't come away with it. Tar Heels retreat underneath their own goal line. Wills Kendrick Holmes backhands it around the wall. Leighton Walsh knocked off the puck. Now John Darcy for the Flyers has his stick knocked away. And it'll be a 4-man scrum in the corner right in front of you. Tar Heels win that scrum. Breakout pass for Reeves is in his skates. He kicks it along to the Lewis zone. It'll be retrieved by Zach Bishop. He throws it off the glass, and it's all the way down for an icing call. Just about 6 minutes into this game, and nice back and forth flow. As I mentioned, over the first 2 or 3 minutes, neither team really established themselves on the offensive end of the ice, but both teams now with a couple of extended stays in their offensive zone. Tar Heels win the draw. It's Vaglia over to the near wall for Walsh. Goes across to the right circle. Mahan throws it to the net looking for the tip, and it's deflected up and out of play. And we'll get another offensive zone faceoff for North Carolina. 13:57 left in period number 1. Tar Heels with the lion's share of shots. And the ice seems to be tilting their way just a little bit. There's another shot right off the draw from Walsh. Fisher ready for it. He'll cover up and we'll do it all over. Off the draw, tie up. Tar Heels come away with it. And they'll carry it behind the net. Leighton Walsh walks it out to the half wall. Backhanded back behind the net. Mahan chases after it. Beat to the puck, though, by Brett Kandra. He'll break it out. Pass through the middle. Can't connect. Karen gets to it for the Tar Heels. Sends it around the wall and behind. And UNC will break it out. Up the middle for Mahan. Off a skate he couldn't control. Loose puck pinballing through the neutral zone. Walsh comes away with it. He's hauled down and we'll get our first penalty of the game. It's going to go against number 24, Jake Wilninski. The Tar Heels pretty successful on the power play, on special teams in general yesterday. 3 of their 5 goals coming either a man up or a man down. And speaking of that power play, just like the Carolina power play, the real estate market is hot right now. Give the Vancouver Real Estate Group a call today, 919-697-5100. Go Heels. Off the draw, Flyers win it, clear it all the way down to Champaign. And UNC will have to start all the way down the ice. Friedman, rink wide for Kramer through the neutral zone. He'll gain the blue line, sends it behind the net for Friedman. Tar Heels going to set up the power play. Drop back for Jones. So it'll be interesting to see how this power play does today as Jones shoots, hits a body in front. Beeson's turnaround shot stopped by Fisher. Back to Kramer on the near side, tried to swat it out in front and couldn't get it through the penalty kill unit of the Flyers. They'll clear it all the way down, but to get back to that thought, Tar Heels' first power play unit was really, really strong the last couple days with Walsh as well as Foster out there, a good group of new guys. And it's changing up here with Foster out of the lineup today. Jones up at the top of the umbrella, turns it over. Here goes Ernsting, shorthanded breakaway on Champaign. He shoots in a big save from Champaign. He'll get there with the poke check as well on the side of the net and knock it loose. And now Noah Friedman controls for Carolina. 45 seconds left on the man advantage. Friedman drops it at the top of the left circle for Carlson. He loses control now. Saboden knocked off his stick, sent to the middle, and they score. Good look from Saboden as he finds Friedman, and it's 1-0 Carolina on the power play goal. An important first goal for the Tar Heels. And we'll start over again at center ice. Puck up and out of play, and we'll do another face-off. Right on top of the Lewis blue line. Tar Heels win the draw and clear it in. They'll go on the forecheck. Broken out quickly, though, by the Flyers. Moving through neutral ice is John Darcy. He's double-teamed and knocked off the puck. It'll skitter back into the Carolina end where it can be retrieved by Ian Reeves. He'll bank it off the wall. And out. Shot from the left circle. Blocked down off the stick of Mangle. Lewis turns it back. Matt Morrow dispossessed. Gets some help from Darcy, who swats it deep, but nobody there for the Flyers. Now Ashford stumbles as he looked to make the centering pass, has it stolen away. And a nice hit from Reeves along the wall to knock the puck loose as Lewis University moves in. Down into the corner, Morrow, his centering pass intercepted, and some speed for Friedman to bring it forward. already with 1 goal here in the last couple of minutes. Gets behind the net, loses control there, and that's where the Flyers will take over. Chipped up and out of the zone by Tyler Kramer, and it's out of play. And so the faceoff will come back into the Lewis end. Friedman to take the drop against Wolninski, who took the tripping penalty that led to the power play goal. Back to the blue line. Good pressure there from Lewis, and they're going to clear it out. Ernsting into the middle for Wolninski. He'll tee one up. Pad save made by Champagne. The rebound was there, but nobody for Lewis could get a touch on it. Chipped up and neutral ice by the Tar Heels. Can't maintain control, though. It's swatted back to the Tar Heel blue line. And now Friedman will steer it into the Flyer end. They'll look to break out. Ernsting, nowhere to go but backwards. Now Kramer pitchforks it up and out. Held in at the blue line, though, by the Tar Heels. Now Kramer, high slot, over to Carlson. Back in front, Beeson gets 2 tries, and Fisher stops them both. Mike Fisher has had a busy first period in the Flyers' net. We saw Lewis get some chances, get some zone time in the first 5 minutes or so of the game, but once they took that penalty, and even a minute or so before that, the Tar Heels tipped the ice in their favor, and they've played a lot of this hockey game down in this end nearest to us here in the broadcast booth. Daniel Jones at the blue line. Over to Malone, in front to Saboden, couldn't get a touch on it, and a pad save by Fisher. It's a sneaky little shot from Malone. Not a bad idea, but the Flyers going to break it out now. Selman down the right wing. Stopped up along the half wall. He'll sweep it into the corner. And we've got a delayed penalty coming up against the Tar Heels. And it looks like it's going to be a hooking call. And we'll see the first power play for Lewis here, as the guilty party looks to be Simon Malone. A little over halfway through this first period. This is an opportunity for Lewis to tip the scales back in their direction. They've been back on their heels a bit for the last 5 or 10 minutes almost. Closer to 5, we'll say. But they're going to go to work here on the man advantage. Shot sticked away by Champagne in that left circle. Back to Ernsting, top of the umbrella. He takes the shot, stopped through traffic, but the rebound's punched home. Zach Bishop on the rebound from the shot by the captain, Matt Ernsting. Pair of power play goals on both sides, and it's 1-1. It was only 18 seconds of power play time for the Flyers before they scored. And UNC looking to go back to work, winning the opening or the center ice draw. But the dump in chipped into the Lewis bench. We'll have a face-off right in front of that Flyer bench. Vaglia to take the draw against Morrow. And it's Vaglia winning another one. And once again, it's into the Lewis penalty box this time. So we'll rewind it, do it again. This time Morrow wins the draw. Lifted up to the red line by the most recent goal scorer, Zach Bishop. And here go the Flyers. Morrow breaks it straight down the middle. Sent to the right wing, can't connect. And now the Tar Heels break it out. Some speed for Mahan, chips it around his defender, kicks it forward, and chases it down in the near corner. He'll circle around and along the near wall. Pestered there by Bishop, who knocks the puck loose. He's going to bank it off the boards and out. Nice touch to it, and this one's not going to make it far enough for icing. So the Tar Heels regroup in their own end. Up the left wing comes Mahan, again stripped of the puck by Bishop. He'll sweep it up and out once more, and this time it's going to go all the way down, but the icing will be waved off as Lewis gets there first. Tar Heels able to gain control long enough to get it into neutral ice again. Zach Bishop backing up for the Flyers. Goes across for just DePago on a D-to-D pass. DePago back cross ice. His pass is banked off the wall and out. And the Tar Heels take control. Well, you can tell when UNC is clicking. They're smooth and quick through the neutral zone. Things are getting a little choppier through there right now, as the Flyers have spun the momentum a little bit. Morrow with speed, straight through the neutral zone. Shot, getting a stick to it was Daniel Jones, the defenseman, and it's up over top of the goal. And we'll have a face-off next to Strawn Champagne. Seven minutes to go here in this first period. Morrow going to win the face-off forward. They get a shot away. Not sure that it got to Champagne, though. And Carolina clears it out from that far corner. They'll dump it all the way down. Fisher out to play it. Leaves it, though, for a teammate in Tyler Morefoot. Morefoot up the near side. And quick shot from just inside the blue line right into the gut of Champagne. And he'll hold on. Flyers win the offensive zone draw. At the blue line, Morefoot sweeps it in. Tar Heels steal it away, though, and clear it up the right wing and out. Dumped right back in by Kramer, and that will go all the way down for an icing call as he didn't have the red line. Well, this is a draw you want to win if you're the Tar Heels. The last couple of minutes, they've spent most of their time in their own end. And Friedman wins the draw, but he wins it past Kendrick Holmes, who has to retreat for it. Long stretch pass for Beeson. Misses his target, and it skitters all the way down for an icing call. And that's not the result that head coach Jeff Volkman, I think, wants off of that draw. You got to take advantage of a mistake like that on an icing call where you get a chance to tip things back and spend some time in your offensive end. And now they got to go back for a defensive zone face-off. And they win it. Lewis wins it. Shot from the point. Tipped away and wide into the right corner. Centering pass deflected away. Tar Heel's going to be able to get it out into neutral ice. Kramer, his pass in some skates, and it'll be chipped back in as Michael Ligas goes after it for the Flyers. Left along the wall for Welninski, who wraps it around the boards. First one there is Beeson for UNC. He'll be pinned in the right corner. Get some help from Reeves. Off-angle shot, and Champagne handles it and covers the rebound. It's been a nice back and forth game so far. Good ebb and flow as both teams have been able to get some chances. Right now, the advantage goes to the Lewis University Flyers. Still a 1-1 game, but the Flyers spending a lot of time in the attacking end right now. Bishop, who scored the goal, shoots from the point, caught up in some skates right in front of the net, but the Flyers can't get another shot away. Stepping into Pago. He'll send it deep. Turned right back by Carlson for the Tar Heels. Saboden back to Carlson. Chipped along again, but that pass stolen by Selman. He sends it behind the Carolina cage. Karen swings it back the other way, and a chance to break out for Saboden down the left wing. He's got some speed. Chips it forward for Malone, who stops top of the left circle. Looks to the middle, has an open man. Carlson's shot tipped away by Mike Fisher. Tar Heels setting up in the offensive end, though. Saboden, top of that left circle again. Fans on the pass in the high slot, has it stolen away, and the Flyers break it out through the middle. Nice pass finds Josh McDonald, who gets it deep. Back behind the Carolina net. Carter Tanner sweeps it around. He finds Vaglia, cross ice for Saboden. He'll bring it down the left side one more time. Powering to the net, chips it up and in. He beats Fisher short side and high, and the Tar Heels take back the lead with just over 4 minutes to go in this first period. And a good look there from Saboden. And a smart decision to take it to the net. Tar Heels have been looking just to flip it across to the middle and into the slot where they've had men crashing. But it hasn't worked, and I think Fisher kind of committed to that before it actually happened, left some space on the high short side. Saboden saw it and finished it off. But if memory serves correctly, going back through that play, it should be Saboden with the goal from Michael Vaglia and Carter Tanner with 4:19 to go in the first period. 2-1 lead for the Tar Heels. Nice bounce back goal after having to spend a lot of time defending. On the attack again, it's Jones bringing it in as a defenseman. Swept to the middle, no one can connect, and here's a chance to move it out for John Darcy. He'll gain the red line and send it deep. Champagne sets it up for a defenseman, but there are plenty of Lewis forecheckers there to shut that down. Shot from Morrow, high slot, over top of the net. He'll swing a pass to the middle, nobody home. Flyers. An aggressive attack here, another centering pass, and I don't know if it got to the net or not, but a golden opportunity right on top of the Carolina crease for Ty Walshin on that one. Now Morrow in control for Lewis University. He'll leave it for Darcy. Darcy knocked off the puck. Tar Heels bring it out. With some speed, Mahan. He'll lug it down the left wing. Sweeps it to the middle. That pass denied by Bishop. Now he finds an open teammate. That's Zach Mangel, who gets knocked off the puck eventually. Didn't have anywhere to go with it over on that right wing wall. And the Flyers get it up and out. Just as they gain the blue line, though, it's turned away by the Tar Heels, and here comes Ashford trying to sweep a pass to the middle. He is able to find Mangel, who turns one around on the goalkeeper, Fisher, who gets a toe to it. And now the Flyers clear it up and out. No icing. Tar Heels must have gotten a piece of it. And so they'll retreat and look to break out. And the neutral zone stolen away by Wolninski. He'll force his way down the left wing. Nice poke check from Graham Karen, knocks it away. Carter Tanner now putting some pressure on in that left corner. Back to the point, slap shot from DePago, blocked down by a body in front. That's Graham Karen, who will lug it out himself. He'll bring it into the offensive end. Cuts to the high slot, loses his footing, and he's going to draw a penalty here. And no argument there. Well, maybe a slight argument from Bishop on that one, but I think it's just a little bit unfortunate there. I'm not sure how much the contact from the stick brought Karen down, but you know, stick touches the legs of a player goes down. More often than not, you're going to see the penalty called, and this one will go against Zach Bishop. 2:07 to go in the period, so really just about all of the rest of this period will be spent on the power play for UNC. They'll control off the draw. It's Beeson along that far wall. Holds it in the right corner. Drop back to the point for Daniel Jones. Back down for Beeson. Looking into the slot. Pass denied nicely by Morfoot and cleared back to the blue line. Jones holds the zone. Into the near corner for Kramer, who takes a hit to get it back to the point for Gleason, who sweeps it behind the net. Now Beeson. To Gleason again. He'll send it down low for Jones. Back to Gleason. Top of the umbrella. He's going to step into a shot. Tipped in front. Nice pad. Saved by Fisher, and the rebound sent home. Patrick Kramer on the finish, and the Tar Heels double their lead. Well, it only took 43 seconds on the power play for the Tar Heels to finish it off. They're now 2 for 2 on the power play here this morning. And I don't believe they didn't have a lot of chances against Denison on the man advantage. They did pick up a shorthanded goal, but that is very early in the season, emerging as a strength for this Tar Heel squad, is their ability to play not only with a man up, but also a man down. Lewis trying to grab back some of the momentum on the attack. Tar Heels break it out, though. In comes Malone down the right wing. Looks to the middle, off the skate of Wills Kendrick Holmes, who jumped into the rush. He'll sweep it around the boards. It'll be picked up by Walshin, who carries it out. Trying to chip and chase, but that dump in stolen away, and the Tar Heels move forward. In comes Saboden. Stops along the half wall. Chip back to the middle. Malone will retrieve it at the blue line. Down behind the cage for Carlson. He's bodied up. Loses control of the puck. Saboden there to help out, but he can't gain possession. And Zach Bishop clears it up and out. Now the captain, Ernsting. He's had a couple good chances here. Hasn't finished, though. Sends one to the middle, and they couldn't finish. Along the half wall, they'll scrum for it. Ernsting back over there to pop that one loose, but it's Leighton Walsh first to it for UNC. He's going to take a big hip check, but maintain control of the puck. Great job, great strength from Leighton Walsh there. Finds a teammate in the high slot, and Vaglia's shot is deflected up and over, but that was a nice, healthy hit. That came from DePego on the near side. And again, credit to Walsh. He got knocked off the puck for a moment, but was able to regather. And now it's an offensive zone faceoff with 2 seconds left in the period. And they're only going to run one off as it's drawn right back to the goalkeeper, Fisher. And we'll do it one more time before the end of the period. And Lewis wins that quick draw. The time will run out, and we're through 20 minutes here in Hillsborough, powered by 2 power play goals. The UNC Tar Heels lead the Lewis Flyers 3-1 after 20 minutes. Welcome back for the second period of action between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Lewis University Flyers. Chris Lehman with you for the first game of day 3 here at the Elite Junior Profiles Showcase in Hillsborough, North Carolina. We're at the Orange County Sportsplex. It's a 3-1 lead for the Tar Heels. A big period for their power play, 2 for 2 on the man advantage for UNC. We'll see what they've got here in period number 2. Mike Fisher in the net for Lewis. Looked pretty solid, I thought, throughout that period. Both these teams, a little bit sloppier here at the end of the weekend. Third game in 3 days, so you have some tired legs out there. And that one's lifted up and into the ceiling. We'll get a face-off here in front of Strawn Champagne, the goaltender for the Tar Heels. The goal he gave up, talked to Coach Volkman briefly as I passed him during the intermission. Didn't fault Champagne at all on that one. Very well-placed shot from the captain Ernsting to set up that rebound goal for Bishop's only blemish on the record here today for Champagne. Tar Heels break it off the face-off. Here goes Beeson, and they're in offsides. But getting back to the goaltenders, one thing I saw that I liked from Lewis coming into this period is before things got started, the senior goaltender who's on the bench today, Justin Caricato, was actually talking with Mike Fisher a little bit, giving him some pointers. As Fisher listed as a freshman on the roster, so he's still getting experience. But he's looking like he's going to have a pretty good career here at Lewis University. Seems to have a pretty solid start in this one, even though he did give up 3 goals. Sabotin in control at his own blue line for the Tar Heels. Backhand pass to Jones down the right wing. He'll chase it down in the corner. Back behind the net. It's swept around by the Flyers, but they can't get it out. Or at least not much past the blue line. Gleason chips it back in. Tar Heels in on the forecheck. Breakout pass off the skate of Sabotin, breaks it up. Now Daniel Jones, cross ice to Carlson, top of the right circle, and a pad save on the slap shot from Carlson. Another slapper coming, another pad save from Fisher. That shot from Ian Reeves back at the blue line, and now a loose puck along the side of the goal will be covered up by Mike Fisher. And it's really, I think, a lot of this game and the way it goes is going to be determined by what Fisher is able to do between the pipes. He's made some pretty big saves already to keep this game as close as it is. But the shots certainly in favor of Carolina, and the zone time favoring the Tar Heels as well. Back behind the Flyer net. It'll be chipped around the wall. Kendrick Holmes down low for Walsh. Wrapped around the boards. Sent back to Walsh in the corner. He's got Morrow on him. Walsh looking for options. Really doesn't have much as it's pinned in the corner now. Swatted around the boards. Carolina looking for some space. Reeves sends it right back around. Nobody in that right corner this time, and it'll be Bishop pitchforking it up the wall and out. Retreating with it, Wills Kendrick Holmes for the Tar Heels. D-to-D with Reeves, who gets to the red line, looks to send it in. Hits a body on the way. That was DePego in the way for the Flyers. And they'll clear it out. Maybe a chance brewing here for Walshin and Lewis University. Walshin into the left corner. Has Kendrick Holmes on him, who knocks him off the puck. Leighton Walsh sends that one all the way down. Fisher going to watch it just miss his goal. And it'll make it all the way for an icing call. Neither team has really jumped out with an advantage here in this second period so far. Not quite 3 minutes gone. But a lot of times after that first period, you see teams go in, make adjustments, and one team comes out having made better adjustments and better ready for the second period. But I think both teams still kind of getting back into the flow of things here this period. As we mentioned, third game in 3 days for both squads, getting a little bit tired. Flyers on the forecheck. Pass out to the blue line, misses its target. That one's going to go all the way down. A free clear for the Tar Heels as Logan Pickens missed his target and DePago at the blue line. Flyers break it out into the neutral zone. First to it is Silman. He'll bring it down the right wing, lugs it behind the net, looking to the slot, nobody there. And the Tar Heels pick up the loose puck. It's Tiwari picking up speed down the right wing. Swings a pass to the middle, can't connect with Ashford. And the Tar Heels going to have to try and take it back. It's chipped out into the neutral zone. Carter Tanner holds it up at the red line. Ashford there to backhand it into the Flyers zone. First one to it is Kramer for the Flyers. His clearance stolen away by Beeson. Pass across, and he couldn't connect with his target over there. And now a deflected shot floats in on goal. Fisher going to make the save, but Beeson looking for Zach Mangle after he stole that breakout pass away and just couldn't find it. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off for UNC to the glove side of Mike Fisher. Flyers win the draw. They'll get it out to the neutral zone. Daniel Jones takes over for the Tar Heels. He'll go D to D with Gleason, who goes back across the ice for Patrick Kramer. Kramer gains the line, stops along the half wall, steps around a couple of defenders, and into the corner he goes before he loses the puck to Tyler Morefoot. His clearance, stop up at the blue line momentarily, but eventually he forces it out into the neutral zone. Beeson collects, brings it back in for UNC. Left for Friedman, to the middle for Kramer. That one's tipped away, and the Tar Heels retreat again. Gleason to his defensive partner Jones. Up the middle, he's got Friedman breaking in on Fisher, and he has the puck knocked loose. Regathers it in the corner, but couldn't get a shot away on the break there. Goes back short side, off the shoulder of Fisher, and back into that near corner. Up the boards at the point, it's Gleason. Chipped down low behind the net. First one to it, Kramer for the Flyers. He'll be knocked down in that right corner. Four-man scrum with the puck pinned in there. It'll be knocked loose, and Ernsting takes control for Lewis. Now Kramer looking to stretch it out, but that pass stolen away at the red line by Gleason. Back forward, he finds Carlson. Looking across in the skates of a defender and chipped over top by Leighton Walsh, who will chase it down in that left corner. Couple of Flyers there to battle for it as well, and they'll knock it away and clear it out. Ernsting for the Flyers sends it cross ice. It'll be taken off the wall by Wilninski. Leaves it there for a teammate. Shot zipped wide off the stick of Michael Ligas and ends up all the way back in the Flyers' defensive end. Bishop sends it forward. It's tipped along by Jack Reedy, but he didn't gain the red line first, and it's an icing call. 14-13 on the second period clock. Tar Heels with a 3-1 lead, scoring 2 unanswered goals in the final 5 minutes of that first period. There were really a couple of somewhat distinct sections of that first period. Right out the gate, both teams kind of feeling it out, trying to get themselves established and get into the offensive zone on the attack. Tar Heels were the first able to do that. They controlled play for a few minutes that way and scored. And then Lewis turned around, got a power play. Were able to create some zone time, rode that momentum off of that power play, put one in the back of the net to tie the game, and after that, the Tar Heels took back over and controlled most of the rest of the period. Bank pass up, Saboden finds Malone down the right wing. He's going to step into a shot in the circle, and a nice save by Fisher. Juicy rebound. No one could clean it up for the Tar Heels. Turned back by Saboden. Heavy wrister off the blocker of Fisher, and he knocks it away again. Another big save for the Flyer netminder. Saboden swings it back in for the Tar Heels. He'll head off for a change. And now Carter Tanner retreats into neutral ice for a bouncing puck. A lot of pressure from UNC here. They're not really allowing Lewis to possess the puck across the red line. Doing a great job in the neutral zone. Here's Graham Caron. Up the left wall for Mahan, trying to give it back off the boards. Doesn't work the first time. Second time, it's dumped all the way down to Bishop, the Flyer defenseman. His breakout pass stolen away by Beeson. Looking to dangle, can't do so, and it'll be taken away. And here comes Bishop down the left wing. Rister off the blocker of Champagne and out of play. And we'll have a face-off here to the right of Strawn Champagne. And this is a draw you'd really like to win if you're the Flyers. You haven't had a lot of time down here in the offensive end in the first 7.5 minutes of this second period. This is a chance to get established there, and they'll win it. Jack Darcy looking to the middle. Doesn't have anybody, so he carries it behind. Backhand pass back to the point. Shot coming, standing tall as Champagne to make the stop on Tyler Morfoot. And we had discussed it a little bit in the first game of this weekend with Will Douthit. Had a couple of goals he wanted back in that first period. Didn't really see a lot of shots and consistent time where he really had to be on. And that can be difficult for a goaltender. They'd rather see, a steady flow of shots than, see them sporadically. It's easier to stay in a rhythm. And Champagne has had that challenge here today. Daniel Jones can't handle the pass at the blue line. A chance maybe here for the Flyers. Out of his net comes Champagne. And good timing there to knock that one away from a charging Ty Walshin. Tar Heels in possession at the defense. Jones up the middle. His pass off a skate collected by Gleason. And it'll be backhanded into the zone by Tawari, pardon me. And the Tar Heels go to work on the forecheck. Scrum in that right corner. Lewis wins it. They'll clear it out, but too far. This is going to be an icing call. We mentioned both these teams starting to look tired, and that makes these icing calls a little bit more penalizing. You can get away with it when you're fresher at the beginning of the weekend, and you may be late in the shift. You still have a little bit of extra jump you can get to and survive that shift, but these guys are looking tired out there, particularly in those red jerseys right now. Tar Heels win the draw. Kendrick Holmes, shot from the right point. Hits the leg in front, deflects into the left corner. Kramer along the half wall looking to keep it in. Getting some help from Friedman and Beeson, but it skitters out into the neutral zone. Retreating for it, Reeves. D-to-D for Kendrick Holmes. Up for Kramer on the right wing. His wrist shot off the blocker of Fisher. Glove down by Beeson, who backhands it back out in front. Sent right back to him in the right corner. His second pass attempt denied. Gets it back once more, but battling with Selman for possession now. Squirts loose to Friedman. Back to the point for Holmes. Along the wall, Friedman fakes the pass in the corner, throws it across now, and nobody able to deflect it on goal. It's out into the neutral zone. Carolina will retreat with it. That's Ian Reeves. Up for Kramer. Well, they don't want to retreat too far, trying to keep these tired bodies on the ice as long as possible. Kramer racing in. He'll take a shot. Another pad save from Fisher. Rebound in the skates to Saboden. And a little bit of a blind pass there from Misha Saboden is going to allow Lewis to change as he sends it all the way down the ice. Graham Caron retreats for it. Up the ice for Saboden and overshot his target. It's going to go all the way down, and actually I think they're going to bring this back to center ice from the angle we have down here in the corner. It did look like Saboden got a stick to it. It's a little bit of a premature whistle there from the linesman. They'll bring this face-off instead back to center ice. Not much doing here in this second period. I think both teams just fighting to compete in this game right now. But it feels like a little bit like at least a second or a third overtime that you see in the NHL playoffs, where teams are just grasping at straws, trying to find any kind of energy they can to get an edge. And it's just a bit of a stalemate right now. Neither team really with any golden opportunities this period. Although, speaking of that, there's a tip wide off the stick of Wilninski. Might have been the best opportunity for Lewis here this period. Bad angle shot from Wilninski, steered away by Champagne. Flyers in control behind the Carolina net. Be chipped out to the far corner. Swatting at it, Ligas. Knocks it to the middle, and it'll be Ernsting Looking to center, that pass denied. Back behind the cage again. This time it's Carlson away with it for the Tar Heels. He'll sweep it cross ice and out into the neutral zone. But DePago sends it right back in. It's stopped up at the blue line. And now Ligas takes control for the Flyers. Back to Ernsting. Move forward for Matt Morrow. He's going to step in the right wing. Wrist one high over top of the net. Try to pick that near corner. But they're still on the attack. Kick to the middle by Bishop. He can't get a stick to it and steer it on net. And now the Tar Heels will race forward. Simon Malone down the left wing. Has it poked away and cleared back into center ice territory. And it'll be chipped back in by Carter Tanner. Tar Heels need a change, so Lewis will be able to clear into the neutral zone. But UNC right back at it. Mahan walking in, and a stick save by Fisher. No, it snuck past him. It'll be David Mahan, who had a great third period against East Texas Baptist yesterday afternoon, who will pick up his third goal in 2 games and make it a 4-1 lead for the Tar Heels. And it looks like Mike Fisher may be shaken up on that. I think he fell awkwardly. That can happen sometimes. He tried to pin the post, and I think he got his right leg kind of caught up under his body as he fell backwards into the net when he lost his balance. At the moment, Justin Caricato has come off the bench. He's got his stick, he's got his mask on, so he looks ready to go. And Fisher still trying to work his way back to his feet. And we'll see here, looks like Fisher is going to head to the bench. And you can see him with a little bit of a shake to his right leg there. I think it is bothering him a little bit. And so he'll come out after that goal from Mahan. 4-1 lead now for the Tar Heels. 8:23 to go. And period number 2. We'll go back to center ice for the faceoff. Lewis wins it. Drop to Kramer. He'll carry it into the offensive zone. Pass across the middle. Misses Ligas. And Mahan will race it up the right wing again. Carries it in, looking to the middle, can't find Vaglia. It's back to the point for Gleason. He'll throw in towards the net. Missed wide into the corner. Now Daniel Jones knocked off the puck at the blue line. Chipped out, Lewis looking to create a transition opportunity, but it's shut down, and here goes Mahan with speed again. Walking into the middle, pad save made by Caricato. And they'll fight for it in that left corner. Mahan going to work. Great shift here from David Mahan so far. But now a chance brewing for Lewis. Back checking nicely is Gleason as he gets in front of Ernsting to break up what could have been a breakaway opportunity. Tar Heels looking to put some pressure on. Leighton Walsh swings it in. Heels going to go off for a change. But the Flyers unable to get this one out of the zone. Shot through traffic, stopped by Caricato, and he'll hold on to the rebound. Well, this is a tough spot for the senior goaltender to come into as well. Now, you don't have as much pressure on you. It's not, a 1-goal game, a tie game, or even, a lead for this Lewis University squad. But tough to come in when you've been on the bench for over half the game. And, sitting in the cold rink, got to loosen those muscles up and go to work. But he's up to the task on a pretty good opportunity for the Tar Heels there. UNC controls off the offensive draw to be pinned back behind the net, pops loose, and it's the Flyers coming away with it. Matt Morrow up the left wing. Has a teammate with him in Walshin. They'll cross pass. Backhanded back intended for Walshin, but it skitters across to Darcy, and his shot sticked away by Champagne. Lewis still putting the pressure on, though. Kendrick Holmes up the wall. They'll break it out into the neutral zone. Mangle to it. He's going to gain the red line and send it deep. He'll chase it down. Beats everybody to it. Looking to the middle, it's through the legs of Ashford, and Reeves will hold it in at the left point. All the way around the wall into the right corner. Mangle sent to the middle, hit a couple of sticks and popped up, and Lewis is going to bring it out. Here comes Matt Morrow. Shot from the high slot. Looked like it caught the shoulder of Champagne and deflected high. Morrow with it again, high slot. Another wrist shot. Hits a stick and deflected into the left corner. Some good pressure here from the Flyers, giving the Tar Heels a lot of trouble trying to break this out of the zone. They still keep it in. Morrow going back to work. Charges in. Backhand shot stopped by the pad of Champagne. But the Flyers still on the attack. High slot again. This time it's the captain Ernsting. Backhander just up over the shoulder and high of Champagne. It'll get into the netting. And we'll have a face-off right down here and the offensive end. And this has been the best line tonight, or this morning, I should say, for the Flyers. They've got Walninski taking the face-off, Ernsting on the wing with Morrow. But this forward line has been pretty strong. The top lines for both sides out. Friedman with Beeson and Kramer for the Tar Heels. Long pass, gets past everybody, and there's a foot race for it. The Lewis defender wins the race to it. Kramer knocks him off the puck, though, and sweeps it towards the net. Deflected back behind the Flyer cage. Kramer holds it in at the right blue line. Down low for Karen. Along the goal line, his shot steered away by Caricato. And the Flyers able to clear. Here comes Morrow up the left wing, looking to the middle, and he can't connect with Walninski. Loose puck picked up by Morrow, though. Back to the middle. Hits a couple of sticks. Loose in front. Champagne makes the first save, and now the net comes off its moorings. As Carter Tanner went diving into the post to keep that one out, and Morrow, it was going to be tough anyhow. It was a bouncing puck, but Morrow had a chance there with an opening to knock that one in the net. Champagne not in a position to stop that one on the rebound, and just unfortunate for the Flyers. Another offensive zone faceoff for Lewis. They'll control it at the blue line. Wrist shot from Kramer. Hit a body in front. Deflects to the near side. Held in the corner by Matt Gore. Spins it behind the net. Nobody there in a Flyer jersey to collect. Tar Heels looking to break out. Sent right back in, though. Brett Kandra along the wall. Throws it off a pad. A chance for Bishop on the rebound, and he can't put it on goal. And now Champagne out along the side of the net will cover things up to avoid the chaos. But that was almost a carbon copy of the goal that Lewis scored in the first period. It was a very well-placed shot by Kandra from the wall, right off the toe of Champagne, who had no choice but to kick it over to Bishop, who scored the rebound goal in the first period. Kandra tips it in front. Daniel Jones clears it away. Tar Heels have a chance to move in transition. Malone down the left wing. Loses his edge, throws it to the middle, and with a lot of traffic there, looks like Caricato just going to cover it up and elect for the faceoff. Less than 5 minutes to go in this second period, and the last 5 minutes of the first period that separated the Tar Heels from the Flyers back in the first 20 minutes. They scored 2 goals in the last 4 minutes and change. See what they can do here with 4:08 to go now and in control. Back to the point, Jones loads up the wrist shot, fires it through traffic, and it's knocked away by Caricato. Flyers able to bring it out into neutral ice. Knocked loose, though, and now it's Malone chipping it in for the Tar Heels. He'll chase after it in that right corner. Swept around the wall by the Lewis defense, and it'll be all the way back to the point for Jones. He'll tee up a slap shot right into the gut of Caricato, who had trouble finding it. Maybe a little bit of an early whistle, but Caricato was still able to find it and cover. And we'll have another face-off, this time on his blocker side. Up close look there at David Mahan, who scored the goal here in period, the only goal here in period number 2. Quick shot off the face-off, covered up again by Caricato. And they'll try again. Morrow for the Flyers, wins the draw over Vaglia. Right back in towards his goalie, though, and Tar Heels go charging in. Caricato's got to cover up once more. On off this draw, the third time the Tar Heels win it. At the blue line, Kendrick Holmes has his pass intercepted. And here comes Morrow walking in. Backhand try, stopped by Champagne, and he'll pounce on the rebound. Morrow's been one of the more dangerous players for the Flyers in this game. Saw a pretty good chance there. But it, really haven't seen much outside of him, unless you're looking at this top line, which is out there now for the Flyers. They'll tie up the offensive zone draw, but the Tar Heels come away with the loose puck. Nice little move from Mahan, 2-on-1. Here they come, and a beautiful save by Caricato. Post to post. But that was a great chance for the Tar Heels. Mahan with a nice move down the left wing to create that 2-on-1. Had Walsh going with him, and Caricato saw that pass coming and got across in time to make a big save and keep this game 4-1. Just over 3 minutes to go in period number 2. Tanner at the point. Slap shot. Stays on the ice, and it'll be swallowed up by Caricato. And we'll see another face-off here in the Lewis end. And he's been doing a lot of freezing of the puck, but I think it's worked out pretty well. He's breaking up the flow of this Carolina offense for a good portion of this period. They had been controlling play and working in the offensive end, going right back to it. Nice save at point-blank range for Caricato. But he's able to break up the Carolina offense in their rhythm a little bit, I think, by creating all these stoppages. And now Lewis will bring it in. Down the right wing, into the middle, and the shot tipped straight up in the air and caught like a pop fly by Champagne. But another decent chance there as Jack Reedy sent it to the middle, looking for Brett Kandra. And again, not a lot to test Champagne back in that UNC net. But he's had a couple of tricky ones, that being one of them, that last play. And he looks to be, staying in this game pretty well, even though he hasn't seen a lot of action. Tar Heels through neutral ice. Right up the middle goes Kramer. He'll cross with Friedman, leaves it for him top of the right circle, but Friedman overskates it. And Lewis trying to break out, quickly stolen back though. Coming in Beeson, backhand try and a glove save by Caricato. Well, that's a much less busy period, we'll call it, for these two teams. So a total of 3 power plays in period number 1, a couple power play goals for the Tar Heels, and of course we saw 4 goals this period as it's drawn right back in on Caricato, who'll hold on to it. But this period, just the 1 goal. Haven't seen any penalties. And not really, honestly, not that there should have been any penalties, but no penalties, no power play chances for these teams here in the second. And just the 1 goal. It's really been just a battle to get those opportunities. Patrick Kramer cycles behind the net with it. Centering pass sent to the left corner. Friedman sends it back to the blue line for Kramer. His shot wide of Caricato and back behind the cage. Defenseman Kramer for Lewis working with it, tried to clear. Can't do it. Center to the middle. Carolina can't get a stick to it. And this time Lewis does clear. Ernsting trying to beat Jones to the puck, can't do it. But the Flyers able to get in on the forecheck here. Kramer swats it around the boards, but it's stolen away by Ernsting. Now Wilninski carries behind the net, trying to turn this into an interesting game late in the period, and we've got a penalty coming up on the Tar Heels as Wilninski is down. He took a hard hit. And it looks like I mentioned no penalties. We're going to have our first penalty here this period. It'll be interesting to see what it is. I did not really see the hit. I saw that it occurred, but some traffic between me and the play, so I didn't see exactly how it happened. It looks like this will go against Carlson as Wilninski gets looked at. Oh, and this is sometimes what happens when teams are tired. We mentioned both of these teams starting to wear out a bit. And now that play right there, not necessarily a result of fatigue over the course of the weekend, but we saw Fisher go down. It looks like he's okay. Was able to skate off under his own power, just a little uncomfortable with his right leg. And now Wilninski up on his feet. He's going to head to the bench. Try to get a look at him here and see. Pretty steady on his feet, so it doesn't look like the hit was too devastating, I guess we'll call it, in terms of head trauma, but certainly wishing the best to Wilninski right now. And it is going to be a major penalty for Carlson. So this could be a turning point for Lewis. They're going to have 1:14 on the power play and then 3:46 on it in the third period, regardless of how many times they score. But it's Carlson with a 5-minute major for a high hit. And this is going to be an important kill for UNC. Flyers will carry it in. It's Matt Morrow. Stops along the right wall. Looking to the middle, no options. Going to hold it in the corner now. Back to Bishop. He'll leave it for Ernsting. Into the corner again, Morrow. Back to his captain. Ernsting over to Bishop. High slot, wrist shot, whistles wide. Down to 34 seconds left in the period. Morrow works to the top of the left circle. Now in the high slot, his shot hits a stick and deflects up and out of play. .27 seconds to go in this second period. Still 4:13 on the power play for the Flyers, and it'll run into the next period regardless of what happens here at the end of the second. Quick clearance off the faceoff by Beeson. That should kill out most of what's left in period number 2. But time for one more rush, it looks like, for the Flyers. Ernsting moves it up the left wing where he finds Morrow, cuts through the middle. He's going to race around Tanner, looking to the middle. Shot stopped initially by Champagne, and the rebound deflects back in on him, and he covers up. Hit the skate of Graham Caron, and sometimes those can be unfortunate bounces, but nice job by Champagne to have the bottom of the net sealed. And we'll have one more face-off with 3.6 seconds to go in the period. And right off the draw, one-timer, and the rebound doesn't get on goal. Nice save by Champagne, and a well-set-up play by Lewis to get one more opportunity before the period came to a close. Just one goal in the period came from David Mahan of the North Carolina Tar Heels, made it a 4-1 lead, but a 5-minute major for a hit. Carlson has given Lewis a 5-minute power play. They're through 1:14 of it, but they got 3:46 left on it, and they can score as much as they want at the start of the third period. It'll be an important start to the period, but we've got to take a break here at the Elite Junior Profile Showcase. We're going to throw it out to our man Graham Tuck, who was able to talk to our sponsor from GMU Sport, Jeff Butke.
Hey everybody, I'm Graham Tuck, the voice of Panther Hockey, and I'm here with the co-founder of GMU Sport, Jeff Butke, and he's got some products to show off for us today. So Jeff, show us what you got.
All right, hey, thank you. Hey guys, hope you're all enjoying the hockey this weekend. It's been really great. Yesterday we talked about the quality control of our product and how we really push to keep everything very high level. What I want to talk about today is a little bit of the flavors. We have our BCA product. We have Blue Raz out here for the boys today. But we also have various other flavors, fruit punch, sour orange. We're working on a strawberry lemonade as well and a couple other flavors. We have the pre-workouts here, the standard Blue Raz, the sour orange, which is my favorite, and the sour gummy, which seems to be a lot of the 19 through 20-year-olds' favorite flavors. So pick these products up at GMU Sport. Follow us at GMU Sport on Instagram. That would be great. What we're going to do here now is, since neither of us are skating or working out right now, we're not going to do any of the pre-workout. We don't want to be all jacked out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do the Blue Raz BCAA, and I'm going to make you one of our protein here, which is our peanut butter cup. This is my favorite one, so I thought I'd let you sample that.
I guess it's going to be my favorite too.
So what we can do here is grab the cup. So
I can already smell it. It smells so good.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the greatness in there, but it's pretty good. So I like to do 2 scoops. What I generally do with this is I put in about a 1/4 cup of ice, some water, a banana, and 2 scoops. Throw my creatine in there, and that's a great shake. So now we just need to add some water. 1 second. Got to have the water. So we'll put... Now, obviously, the amount of water is going to depend on your personal preference.
Of course.
I'll put in what I think I like, and then we can adjust based off of you. I'd go about right there, I think. Let's see what that looks like. And then put the lid on. I'll let you do the honors there. And then I'm going to get the Blue Raz going, which is a great BCA product. You know, we have a high sodium count in there. Really gets the absorption for the boys. You drink this up, you're not going to get dehydrated. It really keeps you going. It's a very good product to be taking. Hockey kids, any sport really. So, and then I like to add 20 to 22 ounces of water with my 1.5 to 2 scoops of BCAA. I find that that's a good mix for me personally. Some might like it a little more sweeter or sour. So let's give it a go, see what you think.
All right, let's take a look. Well, that's good. That's really good.
Hits the mark. So
that is great. That's better than a lot of protein shakes that I've bought on the market. And man, that's saying something.
Yeah. So anyways, check us out, gmusport.com. Try the flavors out. I think you'll like them.
Yep, you heard it here. Jeff Butke, co-founder of GMU Sport. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
One more period left between the Lewis University Flyers and the North Carolina Tar Heels here on day 3 of the Elite Junior Profiles Showcase at the Orange County Sportsplex. Chris Lehman with you. It's a 4-1 lead for the Tar Heels, but the Lewis Flyers have 3:46 left on a major penalty to Josh Carlson for a high hit to the head of the Flyers' number 24, Jake Wilninski. And so a big 5-minute power play, or 3:46 left on it now. But they could score as many times as they'd like, and they could turn this into an interesting hockey game. Tar Heels controlling, though, here to start the period. Get it deep at Zach Bishop. His pass disrupted by Kramer. Retreating to pick it up is Darcy. Flyers still trying to break it out. Friedman swats it deep now. Great forecheck from this penalty kill of the Tar Heels. You don't say that often about a penalty kill. Really making it difficult just for Lewis to be able to get out of their own zone. And a puck gets stopped up on some sticky ice, it looked like. Ernsting had to retreat for it. And now they'll move forward. Bringing it in, Walshin races behind the Carolina net. They'll move it out to Bishop. One-timer from the top of the right circle, steered away by Champagne. And now it's Matt Morrow. He'll leave it for Walshin. Back to Morrow. Circles behind the net. Looking back to the point, holding it in at the blue line is Ernsting. Finds Bishop. Back over to Ernsting. Floatwood's in on goal. They score on the rebound. Still 2:28 left on the power play. It's Morrow finishing after the shot came from Ernsting at the point. And it's a 2-goal game. This could get interesting if they can find the back of the net one more time. It was a good start to the penalty kill here at the beginning of this period for the Tar Heels. They made it difficult on the Flyers just getting out of their own end, but it's the second time now they've scored on a rebound. That's really been the only way they've been able to beat Champagne so far. Well, we mentioned Wilninski took the hit high near the end of period number 2. Good to see he's back out there and okay. One of 2 Flyers who went down in that second period. The other was their goaltender, Mike Fisher, who seems to be doing all right, but did come out of the game. Chance in front. Can't get it to go. That was Wilninski with the chance, and it's slapped all the way down the ice by the Tar Heel penalty kill. They'll get a change. Flyers go back on the attack on the power play. Still 1:40 left on the man advantage. Bishop racing in. He'll take a shot. Stopped by Champagne. Into the right corner. Tar Heels win the race to it. They've got a chance to create some offense here down a man, as it'll be brought in by Mangle. Circles behind the net, looking to kill some time. Dispossessed by Ernsting. Now Kramer will move forward for Lewis. Finds Wilninski. He'll carry it into the zone. Stopped up along the half wall. Puck pops up in the air. And the Tar Heels corral and clear. 1:05 left on the power play. And worth noting, too, with that major, Carlson does not look like he'll return to the game. His penalty being served by the Tar Heels number 25, Manas Tawari, as Caricato covers it up. And it'll be an offensive zone faceoff for the Tar Heels. Still 51 seconds to kill on the 5-minute major to Carlson. Friedman to take the draw against Morrow, but a delay as Lewis is short a man. They'll bring Wilninski off the bench. And Morrow wins the faceoff for the Flyers. Cross ice, hits the skate of Walshin and trickles out into the neutral zone. He'll track it down and send it in on the left wing. Rings it around the boards. Reeves the first to it for UNC. It's pinned back behind the net. And Reeves trying to clear it out. It's off a stick and up into the netting. We'll get a face-off in front of Champagne down at the Tar Heel end. Down to 35 seconds left on that 5-minute penalty. Now see what they can do with it. Lewis in control. It's Morrow. Carries behind the net, down to 22 seconds left on the man advantage. Walninski, top of the left circle. His shot deflected wide of the net. And it looks like a Lewis player. That's Morrow. Took a stick up high as a Tar Heel tumbled to the ice, but the officials didn't catch it. So the Tar Heels catch a break there as the time runs out on this major penalty to Carlson. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey, just over 16 minutes to go in the third period. It's a 2-goal game as the Tar Heels go back on the attack at full strength. Wrapped around the wall. Bishop first to it for the Flyers, but he can't maintain control. Now Mahan steps in front, slapper wide, and Friedman will track it down behind the net, but looks like the net has come off its moorings. And we'll get a face-off down to the left of Caricato again. Leighton Walsh to take the draw for the Tar Heels. Wins it over Brett Kandra of the Flyers. Back to the point. Wrist shot. A lot of traffic in front. And it looks like we're going to get a face-off out of the zone as Leighton Walsh fell over top of the goaltender Caricato. And so they'll just bring the face-off out into the neutral zone. Walsh and Kandra to face off again with 15:47 to play. And it'll be Mahan bringing it in. Loses control momentarily. Walsh sends it to the middle. Nobody there in a Tar Heel uniform. Now it's Baglia. Has it knocked off his stick in the high slot. Loose along the near wall. Walsh gets a stick to it but can't maintain possession, and here go the Flyers. Down the left wing, wrist shot. Steered away and into the far corner. Flyers still in control, back behind the net. Back up towards the point, Morefoot pinches in to hold the zone. And the puck squirts loose and just out across the blue line. Back in quickly though for the Flyers, wrist shot. Whistles wide of the net. And it skitters all the way down. Well, it looks like we got one up into the netting on the near side, so we'll get a stoppage and a face-off. Flyers win the draw on top of their own blue line, and they'll break it out into neutral ice. Can't maintain control of it, though. Moving into the zone now, Morrow, as he steals a breakout pass from the Tar Heels. Now Walshin. Worked on there by Tawari. Back for Morrow. Shot from DePago. Held on to nicely by Champagne, who found it through a little bit of traffic. And we'll get a face-off with 14:29 left in this one. Lewis wins the draw. They'll maintain the zone. It's Darcy dropping it off for Morefoot. He'll send it down the boards and into that right corner. Walshin loses possession. Pinching in, Morefoot keeps the zone again. And a little scrum along the wall. Tar Heels able to clear. Here comes Mackay Ashford. Has it tipped off his stick by Kramer. Morrow collects the loose puck for the Flyers. Shoulders off a check, works his way in, slides it to the middle, and Daniel Jones chips it out of danger. Now Morrow drags his way in front. Backhand shot, stopped by Champagne, and he'll swallow up the rebound. Nice job by Champagne. He's been tested a little bit more here in the third, particularly in the last couple minutes. And he's done a nice job. Well, that was really one of the bigger question marks for this Carolina team. They really didn't have any other options, and honestly didn't really have another full-time goalie on the roster a couple years ago, the last season they played. It was really all Will Douthat's net the entire season. And to have a backup in Champaign looking strong here in this one is certainly encouraging. Friedman down the left wing, slides it in front, off the pad of Caricato, and it's underneath him. He'll cover up. Nice job by the Lewis netminder. And not a bad idea there from Friedman, just to try and slide it in front. Sometimes you just got to hope for some puck luck. And a quick little delay. Looks like there's a bit of a rut in front of that Lewis net. The linesman took a spill there coming in. But the face-off to the glove side of Caricato. Friedman to take it against Wilninski. Friedman wins it for the Tar Heels. Back to Kendrick Holmes. He'll sweep it around and behind the net. First one to it, Saboden for the Tar Heels. He'll cycle with it. Back for Reeves. Again on the half wall, Saboden. Back to his defenseman. Reeves throws it to the net. There's a rebound loose. Friedman can't put it on goal. Nice defensive effort from DePego to deny that shot to Noah Friedman and keep it a 4-2 game. Lewis not out of this hockey game yet. It's going to take a lot of effort to get back into this one. Talked about it a lot, but the more tired you are, the harder it is to make that comeback. But there's still time. DePego sends it in from the red line. Bouncing puck. Chased down by the Tar Heels. It's Ian Reeves who banks it off the boards behind his net for Simon Malone. Outletted for Misha Saboden. Looking for Friedman, who's knocked off the puck. Picked up, though, by Saboden. A hard slap shot. And a nice blocker save from the goaltender, Caricato. He did a nice job of trapping that into his body as well to avoid a rebound. We'll have a face-off here to his right. That'll be Brett Kandra up against Leighton Walsh. And it's Walsh winning it for the Tar Heels. Beeson backhands it behind the net. First one to it is Tyler Kramer of the Flyers. Can't clear, though. Loose puck up in the high parts of the zone. Stepping up to it was Graham Caron to keep it in. Tar Heels can't corral, though. It'll be Kramer again. Off the glass, and this one's going to launch down the ice. It'll be a foot race to avoid icing, and they're going to whistle it a little early. Some protests from that Lewis bench. Champaign, a little hesitant at first, but then made the move to go play the puck, and as soon as the goalie makes that move, you negate the icing and just the timing of when he came out and when the officials, or the linesman, I should say, blew the whistle. It's just unfortunate for Lewis. Face-off comes to center ice instead of all the way down. But now it's all the way down as the Tar Heels win the draw and dump it in. They'll go on the forecheck. Broken up pretty quickly, though, by Lewis. Heavy hit from Tanner. Actually ended up missing Kandra, who advances the puck, and they'll chase it down behind the Carolina net. Four-man scrum. Puck underneath of a Flyer, it looks like. Walsh trying to jam it loose. Getting some help from Carter Tanner. And they finally pop it out. Kramer looking cross ice, bouncing puck, skips past Beeson and trickles all the way down. No icing as Morefoot gets to it, lifts one up the ice, swatted out of midair by Kramer. But the Flyers still in control. Walshin looking to the middle. That pass stolen away by Mahan, and the Tar Heels will advance. Mahan leaves it for Mangle. Back to Mahan, has a chance in the slot. Nice stick work there from Morrow, who got back and disrupted the shot from David Mahan. Speaking of Matt Morrow, he's got the puck now. Fans on a pass, but holds onto the puck down the right wing. Backhands it into the corner. Couple bodies go down to the ice as they battle for that puck in that right corner. Tar Heels win the battle. They'll bring it out. Pushed along by Vaglia, is closed off by DePego. And Lewis will reset behind their own cage. DePego with it again. Stops on a dime, pressured there by Vaglia, who pins him to the wall. Puck still stuck in some skates. It jumps out, and now the Flyers advance. Pushed forward for Ligas, but it can't connect. Flyers getting a change, so some space here for Friedman down the left wing. Hard shot, glove down, but not held on to by Caricato. The play will continue in the near corner. Tawari working on the puck here. Forces it behind the net. Friedman puts a body on a man. Getting some help from Ashford and Tawari, but no one can get control in a white jersey, and here come the Flyers. It's their captain, Ernsting. Lifts it to the middle. Bishop sends it back across. They score! Beautiful finish for the Flyers, and it's a one-goal game with 10 minutes to go. Oh, and that was great work all around. They get the puck out, they move quickly in transition, and then it's the captain, Ernsting, across the ice for Bishop. He didn't have a shot, so he throws it back to the middle, and it ends up being number 24, Jake Wilninski, who makes this a one-goal game. So Wilninski fine and well after taking that high hit. Picks up a goal, which I'm sure he's happy about after being in the penalty box for the first goal of the game from the Tar Heels. But the momentum shifting here. Flyers going to have a little bit extra jump in their legs with a pair of goals this period. They've outplayed the Tar Heels, certainly. Spent a lot of time in that UNC end of the ice. And they're right back at it again. Ligas pins it to the boards. Sent around by the Tar Heels, just trying to find some space to get it out, but DePego denies that. Out in front, chance, and they can't get it on goal. But this Flyers team is buzzing right now. Tar Heels still trying to get it out of the zone. Simon Malone leaves it for Kendrick Holmes, who pitchforks it out into neutral ice. Tar Heels need a change, so they'll head off. Leave some space for Ernsting to kick it forward. Nice defensive effort there by Malone to break up that passing play, and now Saboden will dump it in and get off to complete the change. First one to the puck, though. Nice hustle by Mangle for the Tar Heels to get to it behind the net. Double team, though, and loses control. Cleared out by the Flyer defense. That was Bishop, who's had a heck of a game. He's figured in on every goal tonight. Scored the first one, this morning, I should say. But Bishop scored the first one for the Flyers, and he assisted on the last two, and now he will dump it down for an icing call. And so the faceoff comes back to the right side of the net. Here in front of the Lewis goal. .8:32 to go. It is a one-goal hockey game. It was 4-1 at the start of this period. Had the carryover of the 5-minute major on Josh Carlson. Got one goal on that major penalty. Did the Flyers. And then just recently cut the lead to one, trying to tie it here. Puck gets cleared out. Now Patrick Kramer going to race after it. First one to it, though, is the goaltender, Caricato. He steers it away from Kramer. Up that left wall. Collected by Morrow. Cross ice, he finds Bishop, who will jump up into the rush. He's been dangerous as a defenseman jumping up into the rush. He'll send it to the middle, and he can't find Walshin to put it on goal. Now Friedman moving forward for the Tar Heels. He steps around a hit from Kramer. Back behind the net. Turned out in front looking for Mahan. Stolen away by Kandra, and he's going to clear this one down. I think we're going to get another icing here. So the tired bodies for Lewis University going to have to stay on the ice here. But you can start to see it in the body language, and we've seen some more icings committed by the Flyers here in this third period. So a little bit of fatigue, but they need one more to try and even this up. Tar Heels win the draw. It's Jack Gleason at the point. Wraps it behind for Vaglia. He'll hold it in the left corner. Spins it back behind now Friedman. Trying to send it out in front. That pass denied by Kramer. Bouncing puck cleared out by the Flyers. It'll be Gleason retreating for the Tar Heels to pick it up. Surveys the ice. Goes rink wide for Mahan. And it skips past him. Icing is waved off, though, as Kramer gets to it for the Flyers. D to D with Morefoot. His clearing pass sent right back in by Gleason of UNC. Collected by Mahan now. Tries to steer it one-handed to the net and can't. But now in the corner, Friedman. Plenty of time and space. Throws it across and just about found a teammate crashing. That was the defenseman Gleason. who couldn't direct it on goal. That was a heck of a pass from Friedman, who elevated it across the ice. Speaking of Friedman, he's racing right back in. High wrist shot, shouldered down and held onto by the goaltender, Justin Caricato. So we're starting to see a little bit of a pushback here from UNC after giving up the last 2 goals. They would love some insurance before we get too late in this game. Bank pass, doesn't get out of the zone. Nice save by Reeves. Sends it to the high slot, directed towards goal, but not on net. And that chance will go by the wayside for UNC. Champagne out to play it as icing waved off. And the Tar Heels will break it out. Walsh looking for it. It was behind him. Simon Malone follows it up for UNC. Into the zone for Saboden. He'll get knocked off the puck. Cleared out again by the Flyers, collected by Wilninski. He scored the most recent goal, trying to find the game tire here. Throws it towards the net. It hits the body, ends up back in that right corner. Ligas first to it, finds Ernsting in front, but his shot disrupted and he can't steer it on goal. Kendrick Holmes fighting with Ernsting for it now. Ligas in the corner throws it to the middle, nobody home. Swatted back in by Wilninski for the Flyers. They continue to work in the offensive end. They have really controlled play much, much better in this period than either of the first 2. Ernsting back to Wilninski, top of the left circle. Fans on the shot. Tar Heels take over, and they'll lift it up and out. Going to need a change. Saboten going to create time for that change as he carries it in. Trying to power his way to the net, denied by Bishop. Turns it back from Engel. Floats one in on goal, and now Caricato just going to hold on for the whistle. Lewis wins the defensive zone draw. They'll clear it up this right wing boards. Walshin comes up with it, looks to the middle for Matt Morrow, who has to track it down after the pass was behind him. He'll sweep it backhand style behind the Carolina net. Tar Heels break it out. Off the wall and down the left wing, Beeson stops hard, looking to the middle. Just missed the outstretched stick of Patrick Kramer. Kramer has it now for UNC. Works his way to the high slot. Slips one in towards the net, but nobody there to deflect it on goal. He'll swat it around the boards. Finds Mangle. Dropped to the point, but it's stolen away, and here goes Morrow. Down to 4:35 to go in this game. Morrow trying to create something here. He'll go running straight into the goaltender. And Champagne able to hold on to it. But I believe it was Carter Tanner who just would not let Morrow to the middle. And he kept trying to get there, ended up over top of the goaltender. And so the faceoff looks like going to come out to the neutral zone right on top of the Carolina blue line. Under 5 to go in this one. It's a 1-goal hockey game. Lewis University trying to complete the 3-goal comeback. And Ernsting tips it up into the Carolina bench. We'll get a face-off again out at neutral ice. Lewis controls the draw. They're going to gain the red line and dump it in. Jack Gleason to it for UNC. Goes D-to-D with Daniel Jones. Looking to break it out up the middle. Lifts a pass all the way down. Icing is going to get called. It looked like initially Vaglia might have had the juice to get there first, but he didn't. And so now the Tar Heels going to have to go back and defend. Off the draw, Carolina clears. Chipped forward, Mahan coming in. He's got Friedman with speed to the net, and it was off the skate of Friedman and wide. And that chance will go by the wayside. Here comes Ernsting down the left wing now for Lewis. He goes to the middle. Wilninski's shot directed just wide, and a rebound chance couldn't be put on goal by the Flyers. Still loose behind the Carolina cage. Knocked to the right corner. First one to it for UNC is Gleason. Tried to pitchfork it up the boards, but that didn't work. And he'll go back into the corner. He's knocked off the puck. Sent to the middle, loose puck. Ernsting directed it just wide. Still loose in the slot, and the Tar Heels come up with it. They'll clear it out and go on the attack. Here comes Malone. Trying to slide past DePago, looking to the middle. Mahan can't direct it on goal. Friedman looking to center, and that pass denied by Bishop, who sends it all the way down. And we're going to get coming out to play to Champagne. That'll negate the icing. And so the Tar Heels have to carry it out. Cross ice pass taken off the boards and stolen by DePago. His breakout pass taken right back, though, by Saboden. He'll carry it behind the net. Misha Saboden, turnaround shot as he comes around the net, and it looks like he caught the strap of the goalkeeper, or the goaltender, Caricato, and it popped loose. He's going to have to fix that and get the helmet back on. That was a nice shot from Misha Saboden to create that chance, and Caricato has looked really good here in this one. Again, came in a little over halfway through the game as Mike Fisher fell awkwardly on the fourth goal, and he's given his team a chance. Hasn't allowed another Tar Heel tally since that fourth one with about 8.5 minutes to go in the second period. And that has given Lewis a chance here. We'll keep an eye on Caricato. Under 3 minutes to go. And Lewis trailing Carolina 4-3. It's pinned in that right corner. A couple of red jerseys there can't come away with it. Tar Heels trying to clear. They wrap it around the boards, but it's kept in by Bishop. His pass down the wall stolen away by Wills Kendrick Holmes, who clears it out to the neutral zone. Bishop steers it back. Walshin will send it in for the Flyers. They need a change. Bishop in on the forecheck to try and create some time for him. And now the Tar Heels with time and space move it out. Chipped forward. Shut down by Kramer, who turns it back. Well, Nincy can't handle the pass, and the Tar Heels are offsides as that puck came back in while Kramer was still inside the zone. But I gotta think, well, now it looks like the Flyers are going to call their timeout. But I can't imagine. It looks like the faceoff with where the puck is sitting right now, the faceoff is going to come to center ice. So a little bit of extra space there away from their goal for the Flyers. And that begs the question, do they just put Caricato on the bench now and go with 6 skaters and look to win the faceoff? Or do they wait until they get that established zone time to do so? Because they've had a lot of it this period. We talked about how Carolina had dominated the time on attack through the first 2 periods. This third period has been much more about this Lewis University forecheck and their ability to maintain time in the offensive zone. And Carolina has been put back on their heels a little bit here. So a center ice faceoff, timeout coming to an end here. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in this game. And the Tar Heels trying to hang on to finish this weekend 2-1 and avoid overtime at the least. And it looks like Caricato going to come back out onto the ice. I would imagine he's not going to go, well, he'll back up just about all the way into his net. But he's got to be going real soon. Puck is into the offensive zone, and Champagne going to have to cover up. And it'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Flyers. And Caricato is looking to the bench. I gotta think you get 1:55 to go. Caricato's looking at the clock as well now. He's partially out of his net. You got an offensive zone face-off. They got to be pulling him here if they win the draw, is my guess. Well, they're unable to control the draw. Beeson picks up the loose puck for UNC. Looking up that right wall, stolen away. Pass to the middle is denied. And now the Flyers going on the forecheck. Caricato still in the net for the Flyers. He's looking to the bench. It's pinned in that right corner with 1:32 to go. 4-man scrum. Puck still stuck there. Back to Kramer at the point. He'll throw in through traffic. Steered away by the goaltender Champagne. Caricato now out into the slot. He'll be going real soon. Morrow steers it behind the net. Sent out in front. Here's a chance. One-timer doesn't get to the net. The rebound, and Champaign got a piece of it. He's on his back right now as the Tar Heels bring it back out. Caricato has to stay in the net. Shot from from Mangle is blockered away by Caricato. Now down under a minute to play. I got to say, I'm not exactly sure why Lewis did not pull Caricato out of the net on that last possession. He's headed to the bench now. It'll be 6-on-5 with 40 seconds to go. Flyers in control. Cleared out, though, by the Tar Heels as they were able to strip it briefly. That was Daniel Jones who cleared it away. Now Ernsting for Darcy down the left wing. He's slowed up, but Bishop there to follow it up. He'll get it down to the corner. 23 seconds to go. It's behind the net. Daniel Jones for the Tar Heels can't clear. Now it's banked off the wall and out by Gleason. This one will trickle down. 14 seconds left. Kramer moving it forward for the Flyers. Finds Ernsting. Rink wide. Can't connect. Darcy takes it off the wall. 5 seconds left. It's dumped in by the Flyers. Tar Heels will chip it back up the boards, and the clock will run out. It was a valiant effort from the Flyers in the third period. They outscore the Tar Heels 2-0, but they needed a third to even things up. So UNC, after falling in a tough one to East Texas Baptist yesterday by a count of 6-5, are able to come back and pick up the win against Lewis University 4-3 to finish off their weekend 2-1. Lewis, again, great effort here in this game, a lot of grit, and just impressive the way they were able to control that third period and give themselves an opportunity to win this hockey game. Unfortunately, just a little bit too far behind headed into that final period. So that's all we have for this game. But coming up next, it'll be Denison and Elon here at the Elite Junior Profile Showcase in Hillsborough, North Carolina. Final count here in Game 1 of Day 3. North Carolina 4, Lewis 3.